Namaskar and a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A big hello, especially to the students, family, and friends of Sarjana Dance Academy. My name is Indrani Ghosh, and as the first graduate of Sarjana Dance Academy, SDA Toronto, it is with great pleasure and excitement that I welcome you all to the second Arangetram of SDA Toronto, the Bharatanatyam Arangetram of Sarjana Ghosh Garrison. She is a disciple of our revered guru, Dr. Sanjukta Banerjee. First established in Kolkata, India about 24 years ago, SDA is a school for the Indian classical dance forms of Bharatanatyam and Mohiniyattam. Built on the principles of passion, love, and dedication. As it is in Kolkata and in Toronto, SDA welcomes people of all ages and diverse backgrounds to come and dance in diverse Indian classical dance forms. Many of you may have attended a Bharatanatyam Arangetram previously, but for those who are new to this function, I will briefly explain the spiritual and cultural significance of an Arangetram. The word Arangetram is derived from two Tamil words, Aranga, stage, and Etram, ascent. Translated into English, the word means the debut stage performance of a student who has acquired the skills to perform the traditional repertoire or markam on stage. Traditionally, it is the guru who presents her students to the audience following years of training. Many students stop learning after the Arangetram. They believe that they have completed some sort of course on Bharatanatyam. But in reality, the Arangetram or initiation on stage is just the beginning of the dance journey, not the end. And on that note, I wish my dear friend Sarjana a very successful evening tonight and welcome her to join the camaraderie of dance enthusiasts. But before we begin, I would like to acknowledge and draw respect for the indigenous land that we stand on tonight. Fairview Library is on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Wendat, and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. This land is also part of the Dish with One Spoon territory, a treaty between the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Anishinaabe, and the Allied Nations to share and care for this land. As Torontonians and Canadians, we have a great responsibility to learn about the deep history of colonialism that allows us to stand here today. We'd like to state that we are committed to listening and learning and fighting Indigenous erasure. We are now finally ready to commence this evening's program. However, before that, I'd like to lay down some house rules, and we kindly anticipate your cooperation throughout this evening. Out of consideration for the audience and the performers, we request that no one use a flash camera during the performance. Feel free to take pictures or videos, but without the flash. Please power off or silence your cell phones before the curtains open. We understand that some of our patrons may need to be on call, so we ask that you turn your phone to silent and leave the auditorium before talking. Please do not leave in between a performance. It can be very distracting for the performer, so we request that you wait until an item is complete before moving out or back in. Food and beverages, with the exception of water, are not allowed for consumption in the auditorium. Kindly ensure that any food items, if any, are wrapped up and kept away while the performance is on. Thank you so much for your patience, and if you have any questions or require assistance throughout the evening, please feel free to reach out to our volunteers. And before I take your leave, I hand over the stage to our magnificent MC, Rashmi Mukherjee.
Thank you, Indrani. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I welcome you to this evening's beautiful proceedings. This evening, we are extremely honored to have with us as chief guest Guru Kalaimathy Vageeasan. Natya Visharada Kalaimathy Vageeasan is a well-known and profoundly refined Bharatanatyam artist, instructor and choreographer trained in the Kalakshetra style of Bharatanatyam. She underwent her training in Bharatanatyam under prominent gurus at Kalakshetra, Chennai, and she has been extremely fortunate to have presented her Arangetram at the famous Guruvayur temple in Kerala, an extremely prestigious temple. With her sprightly movements and intense abhinaya, she has created a niche for herself in the Bharatanatyam world and has performed in various productions as lead. Since her relocation to Canada, Ms. Vageeasan has been with the Menika Thakur Dance Company, where she has performed in many productions. Some of them include Sitayana and Muktina. Since 1998, she has been involved with the Janak Kendri Dance Academy, and she has again performed in many lead productions there. She has performed in Canada, in the US, in Austria, in India, in the Middle East, globally across the world. Ms. Vageeasan is the founder and artistic director of Kalaimathy Fine Arts in Toronto. Ms. Vageeasan, we welcome you once again to this evening's Arangetram. We commence this evening's proceedings with the traditional lighting of the lamp. In the Hindu culture, we believe that lighting of a lamp removes darkness, thus spreading the Almighty's views everywhere, purifying the surroundings. The lighting of an oil lamp is said to demolish the ego and reduce your vanity. Just like the flame of a lamp always points in the upward direction, it tells us that we should acquire any knowledge that is going to uplift us in our journey. May I request our esteemed chief guest, Guru Vageeasan, to kindly come up on stage for the lighting of the lamp, accompanied by Sarjana's Guruji, Dr. Sanjukta Banerjee, Mrs. Uma Banerjee, and from the Ghosh Garrison family, Mr. Shyamal Dey Sarkar and Mrs. Malati Sarkar. And of course, please welcome the performer of the evening, Sarjana, as she seeks the blessings of our esteemed chief guest and Guruji in the lighting of the lamp.
Pertaining to the rules of the auditorium, we cannot really light the lamp, but we will try to light the lamp in her heart, in her mind, in her soul. And we cannot do that without your blessings, without your encouragement and your lovely support. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kala, for being with us here in this beautiful evening. And because we cannot light the lamp, we'll just pray. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Devo Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. May Lord Ganapati bless us all so that all obstacles are overcome with His blessings and all Sarjana's practice, dedication, devotion gets a fruitful result through her Arangetram tonight. Thank you, Kala. Thank you all the chief guests and all the august audience that we have from different parts of the world tonight with us. Thank you. Handing over to Rashmi.
Thank you so much. Before we begin with the actual Bharatanatyam repertoire, Sarjana would like to present Pranam. Pranam means to bow down in reverence. Through this item, Sarjana bows down to all her elders and pays a special tribute to her grandmothers, Audrey Grace Garrison and Shunanda Ghosh. The dance item Pranam is composed of Amazing Grace, a Christian hymn penned by the poet John Newton, and Mahabhishe Mahaakashi, penned by the great Rabindranath Tagore. Through this song, she wishes to convey the same thought. I would like to present a small interpretation. I roam about alone, a soul in the midst of a great world, under the great sky, following eternal time and wonder. You are, O Master of the world, within the cosmos of perpetual mystery, distinctly silent in your awe-inspiring abode. In the unending world of time and space, this endless bright sphere of assortment, you are staring at me while I look back at you. Let me share an interesting anecdote about this dance. Mahabhishe Mahaakashe was originally choreographed by Sarjana's grandmother, Shunanda Ghosh, for her mother, Sutama Ghosh. And now, Sarjana blends it with her choreography as well as improvising with Western dance movements, which is significant of her blended heritage. Presenting the performer of the evening with her first performance, Pranam.
নমস্কার। আজকের এই বিশেষ দিনে আমার প্রণাম জানাই সেই দুই মহান নারীকে, যাদের আমি কখনো চোখে দেখিনি। আমার ঠাকুমা Audrey Grace Garrison, a music enthusiast and a beautiful singer, এবং আমার দিদা Shunanda Ghosh, a singer, dancer and actress. চোখে না দেখে থাকলেও তাদের উপস্থিতি আমি প্রতিদিন অনুভব করি আমার মা বাবার কথায় ও ভাবনায়। I offer my respects to my Takuma and Dida through this dance, which is a fusion of their favorite songs. Grandma, Dida, bless me so that I can conquer all my fears and am able to perform to the best of my abilities.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace একাকী ভ্রমি বিস্ময়ে, ভ্রমি বিস্ময়ে। মহাবিশ্বে মহাকাশে মহাকাল মাঝে আমি মানব একাকী ভ্রমি বিস্ময়ে, ভ্রমি বিস্ময়ে। মহাবিশ্বে তুমি আছো বিশ্বনাথ, অসীম রহস্য মাঝে। তুমি আছো বিশ্বনাথ, অসীম রহস্য মাঝে। নীরবে একাকী আপন মহিমা লীলায় মহাবিশ্বে। অনন্ত এ দেশকালে, অগণ্য এ দীপ্ত লোকে। তুমি আছো মোরে চাহি, আমি চাহি তোমা পানে। অনন্ত এ দেশকালে, অগণ্য এ দীপ্ত লোকে। তুমি আছো মোরে চাহি, আমি চাহি তোমা পানে। স্তব্ধ সর্ব কোলাহল, শান্তি মগ্ন চরাচর। স্তব্ধ সর্ব কোলাহল, শান্তি মগ্ন চরাচর। এক তুমি তোমা মাঝে, আমি একা নির্ভয়ে। মহাবিশ্বে মহাকাশে মহাকাল মাঝে আমি মানব একাকী ভ্রমি বিস্ময়ে, ভ্রমি বিস্ময়ে। মহাবিশ্বে
How lovely was that? Grandmas are always special, aren't they? Sarjana now commences her Bharatanatyam Arangetram with a Pushpanjali, which literally means an offering of flowers. A Pushpanjali is traditionally performed at the start of a Bharatanatyam recital, where the artist salutes God, her guru, and the audience in anticipation of a successful performance. In this particular Pushpanjali, Sarjana presents Pari Pari. She prays to Lord Ganapati, the elephant-headed god, the remover of all obstacles. She places herself at his lotus feet, asking for his blessings in order to be able to present to her what she has gone through over the past years. Presenting Pushpanjali in Rag Hamsadhwani, set to Adi Tal, composed by the great Dr. Bala Murali Krishnan. Pushpanjali.
gabagari gari sani sagari gagan rigari papa gabagani gabagari gari sani sagari gagan rigari papa gabagani gabagari gari sani sagari gagan rigari papa gabagani gabagari gari sani sagari gagan gari gari papa gabagani gabani gari sani baga gari gabani sani baga deri sani gani baga deri pari pari padame bhavana parapadaya vana pavana pari pari padame
Following this beautiful invocation, Sarjana next presents Jatiswaram. A Jatiswaram is a pure dance item devoid of any abhinaya or drama. In this piece, intricate sequences are fused with repetitive musical notes, hence the term Jati Swaram. It's a mixture of two words, Jati, which is a blend of feet gestures, hand gestures, built together in what is called a swaram or rhythmic notes. Since this is a pure dance item, Anga Shuddhi or the pure dance movements of the dancer are extremely important. This is a dance of joy, and Sarjana presents Jatiswaram in Rag Saveri set to Rupak Tal, a cycle of 6 beats. Jatiswaram. गुरु देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परः ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. Guru is an integral part of our lives. The Guru elevates us, defines us, pushes us, and brings us to where we are. How can we proceed further this evening without an ode to Sarjana's Guruji, Dr. Sanjukta Banerjee? Dr. Sanjukta Banerjee, PhD in Visual Arts, is an award-winning danseuse of Mohiniyattam and Bharatanatyam. She is a performer, a research scholar, and an educator par excellence. She is the artistic director of Saugantikam Dance Academy in Toronto and Kolkata. She does online classes, in-person classes, both locations. Dr. Banerjee has performed in various national and international dance competitions, festivals globally in Canada, US, the Middle East, Europe, India. And to her credit, a lot of us do know this, she defines what we know as Ma Durga, having played the lead role in Doordarshan's Mahalaya programs for 10 consecutive years, 1994 to 2004, and I believe that alone deserves a huge round of applause. Dr. Banerjee is a recipient of various awards like the Natya Kala Ratna, the Shingar Mani, Outstanding Young Persons Award 1997, CCI Award 97. I will now call Dr. Banerjee to come on stage and say a few words and also talk about the next item that Sarjana is going to perform. It's a very interesting piece.
Hello once again. The next piece that Sarjana is going to perform tonight is called Shabdam. Shabd, words. So in our Bharatanatyam pedagogy, the training of a dancer happens first with the technique, and after a couple of items that are taught to us as a part of the pedagogy for performance are Alaripu, Jatiswaram, and the third item that we are taught is Shabdam. So tonight she brought to you Jatiswaram, the second item of the repertoire, and the third piece that she presents as a part of the Bharatanatyam repertoire is Shabdam. The first time the students are given the challenge to interpret, that was too many words perhaps. So to interpret words through their body language, through hastas, and that is something very intriguing, very challenging, and to emote a certain storyline through facial expressions, hand gestures, and body language, one needs to have a lot of coordination in training and in practice. It's not easy to emote a couple of different characters through one single body, and that is what happens in Shabdam, or in our Bharatanatyam repertoire, which is called Ekahari Abhinaya. I don't want to talk and bore you out of the performance. Just a quick storyline, because it is a lot of hastas. We have quite a bit of international audience tonight with us, and that's the reason we thought to bring you a short demonstration of the storyline that she is going to narrate. Tonight she is performing Ramayana Shabdam, story episodes from the great epic Ramayana. The first scene that we get to see in her presentation is where Sri Rama lifts up the bow and breaks it at Sita's Swayamvar, where Sita is the delicate one who is given in marriage to Sri Ram. In this Shabdam, we are not really demonstrating the entire Ramayana, but they are very selected episodes from Ramayana. And the second episode that we get to see is where the golden deer, who is transformed from the demon Marich, allures Sita, and she desires to pet it, requests Ram to go and fetch the deer. Ram goes in search of the deer, leaving Sita with Lakshmana in Panchavati. We hear screams for help, and Sita is anxious that why should Ram call Sita and Lakshmana and ask for help. She gets anxious, tells Lakshmana to leave immediately, and scolds him that why is he not anxious for Sri Ram. Lakshmana decides to leave the place by drawing the Lakshman Rekha, the demarcation line beyond which Sita is not supposed to leave till they come. The next episode that we get to see in the Shabdam is where Ravana, the 10-headed demon who has masterminded the entire plan, gets in disguise and takes away Sita in his chariot. There we get to hear and learn about the monkey god Hanuman, who decides to leave and take a big leap across the ocean by getting bigger and bigger in size and taking a big leap, lands into Lanka and the Ashokvarna, where he finds out Sita in distress, gives the ring that Ram has provided as a token, with assurance that Sita will be rescued soon. Natya Shastra, where we inherit our Indian arts and dance forms and theatre art forms. Dance is a part of the theatrical presentation, and it is very interesting to see it's a switch over in Shabdam where we bring in the theatre in different scenes and acts within the time limit of a restricted musical composition. And here Sarjana will enact Ram, Sita, Lakshmana, the demons, and the Hanuman's emotional execution through one body. Hope she does justice to it, and you enjoy Ramayana Shabdam. Thank you.
Talangudum Sadiginadum Tatanata Ganatadimi Dudimi Tatombimi Kita Sakatajum Sarita Tita Tata Magalana Sitridaya Shilo Nirainda Shiluvai Pondrado Sitayai Kai Piditita Sisayai kai piditital Tiragava Premi kuda Shiva Japamuritada Sriman Magalana Sitridaya Shilam Nirainda Shiluvai Pondrado Sitayai kai piditital Sita Patiyana Sita சீதையை கைப்பிடித்திட்ட மாயாமானாகி வந்திட்ட அந்த மாரீஜனை கடித்தார் ஸ்ரீ மாதமானையே வேண்டிட மணிவார்வ ராமனும் ஓடவே மாளவே செய்தான் மானையே மாரீஜனும் மானையே மாளவே செய்தான் மானையே மாரீஜனும் மானையே மாயாமானாகி வந்திட்ட அந்த மாரீஜனை கடித ஸ்ரீமாதமானைய வேண்டிட மணிமார்பல் ராம ஓடவே மாளவே செய்தான் மானையே மாரீஜனும் மானையே மாளவே செய்தான் மானையே மாரீஜனும் மானையே மாளவே செய்தான் மானையே மாரீஜனும் மானையே சீதா லக்ஷ்மணா என்ற ஓலம் சீத்தை காதினில் வீழ்கவே நாதாயுறு நாரியலரித நாதல் விளையுமி யூலிக்க மனவேதனையா மகிபராமனு சோதரனு நாடின மனவேதனையாய் மகிபராமனு சோதரனு நாடின மனவேதனையாய் மகிபராமனு சோதரனு நாடின சீதா லக்ஷ்மணா என்ற ஓலம் சீதை காத்தினில் வீழவே நாதாயுறு நாரியலரித நாத விளையோ நிக்க மனவேதனையா மகிபராமனு சோதரனு தாடினார் மனவேதனையா மகிபராமனு சோதரனு தாடினார் மனவேதனையா மகிபராமனு சோதரனு நாடினார் மனவேதனையா மகிபராமனு சோதரனு நாடினார் மனவேதனையா தந்திரமாய் தசானன தாயை சொந்த வனத்தினில் வைத்திட ராம மந்திரமய ஆஞ்சநேயனோ நொந்த சீதையை கடித்தார் அதிசுந்தர கணையாளி தன்னை சுதந்திரமாய் தந்திட்டார் அதிசுந்தர கணையாளி தன்னை சுதந்திரமாய் தந்திட்டார் ദശാനതായൈ സ്വന്തവനത്തിനിൽ വേത്തിട രാമമന്ദിര മായാഞ്ജനേയനു നൊന്ത സീതയെ കണ്ടിട്ട അതിസുന്ദര കനയാളി തന്നെ സുതന്തിരമായി തന്നിട്ട 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 ദിരമായി ദശാനതായൈ സ്വന്തവനത്തിനിൽ വേത്തിട രാമമന്ദിര മായാഞ്ജനേയനോ നൊന്ത സീതയെ കണ്ടിട്ട അതിസുന്ദര കനയാളി തന്നെ സുതന്തിരമായി തന്നിട്ട സത്യയതേ തത
I guess I can talk without the mic as well, but the mic would be nice. What a beautiful presentation that was. We're going to take a very small, thank you. We're going to take a very small detour here, and I'm going to call on stage the doting father, Raymond Garrison, to present a few interesting facts about Sarjana's dance journey, of which he's been a very, very integral part. Please put your hands together for Raymond.
So, thank everybody for coming. Sorry, I'm not too conversant with using a mic. I just want to introduce a short animation video that Sarjana put together, which chronicles her dance journey so far. She actually started receiving formal dance training at the age of 6. She was doing a little bit of ballet, then she did some Odissi, and finally found her place with Sanjukta doing Bharatnatyam. And so here's a short video, animation video that chronicles this journey so far. Since Sarjana was able to take her first steps, she's been participating in cultural programs. It all began at her daycare and then all through middle school and now into high school. Thankfully, she just has embraced dance and she's moving forward. In every school assembly, or an award function, or a Christmas show, she's either singing, dancing, acting, always with immense enthusiasm. The same happens when it comes to her dance school programs and functions organized by the GTA's. Thank you, Reetishmaan. You're a great help. Okay, organized, I should just shout straight out. That's what I'm used to doing. Organized by the GTA's Indian community at large. So she has the same enthusiasm throughout. But this is an important point. To us, neither the importance of the platform or the scope or size or length of the role matters to us. We are always eternally grateful to the teachers who have given her the opportunity to engage in these performances over time, which have now culminated in her doing her Arangetram today. It has been a cherished dream of ours to have the opportunity to honor Sarjana's talented teachers who have paved the way for her to this day. Since some of you are in the audience today, and it is with utmost humility, I would like to invite you on the stage to join me here on stage. So I'm going to call on stage Nisha Chatterjee, Aparajita Pia Das, and Sraboni Mukherjee. Guha. We would also like to acknowledge the contributions of Guru Anakshi Sinha, Abhira Ghosh, and Devashmita Lahiri, as well as her teacher at William Lyon Mackenzie, where she's now learning various forms of dance, her high school, Ms. Alexandra Paravano. Ms. Paravano could not be here today. She actually has a health problem, but she did send her speech to me, which I will read out to you after we felicitate her teachers that are here today. Our nieces, Ileena and Nandini, who have come all the way from India, Kolkata, and the US, New Jersey, respectively, will honor her on stage, or honor them on stage, sorry. So first Nisha. Step forward, Nisha. You were one of Sarjana's earliest dance teachers, and as an accomplished Odissi dancer, you often filled in for Guru Anakshi Sinha when Anakshi wasn't here. And you taught Sarjana the basic elements of Odissi with utmost care. And to this day, when Sarjana is designing her own choreography, she tries to mix things up. As you saw in the very first number, she put some ballet, which she learned when she was 6 years old, but also she learned a little more in high school. But she also tried to integrate some Odissi in there as well. So it has stayed with her. It is still part of her journey. It lives on, the Odissi that you helped teach her, Nisha. So with utmost care, love, and encouragement, you've always helped her progress forward. So thank you, Nisha. Next, I'd like Aparajita Pia Das to step forward. And Pia, for many of you, does not need an introduction. But for those of you who don't know Pia, she has been teaching the children of the Bengali community dance and dance drama for the last decade. And she's a talented choreographer. Pia has exposed Sarjana to contemporary dance, Rabindric, and folk styles, so a variety of styles. And Sarjana's first stage performance was under Pia's able tutelage. So please accept our kind regards, Pia. And then I come to Sraboni Mukherjee Guha. Sraboni is well known for her behind-the-scenes selfless service to our community, a talented choreographer and equally caring individual. Sraboni has taught Sarjana several dance pieces in contemporary and Rabindric styles. Sraboni, I want to thank you for always supporting Sarjana since 2018. You've been there every day for her. You're there for her today. We really appreciate all that you've done for her to get her to where she is today. So, thank you very much. And please, please continue to bless her and wish her well on her journey. So there's a bit of a change to what I was going to say because, as I said, Ms. Paravano could not come today, but she did email me her speech, so I'm just going to read it out to you. So I have it on my phone. She said, "What an honor it is to be here today on this extraordinary day. My name is Alexander Paravano, and I have the pleasure of being Sarjana's dance teacher at William Lyon Mackenzie Collegiate Institute. Sarjana started last year, and I remember when she first auditioned for our arts showcase. We were blown away by her talent, precision of movement, her stage presence, and her maturity as a dancer. It was so clear that she and her training outside the school has been such a part of her life, and that she has poured so many hours and passion into her dancing. She blew the audience away, someone so young performing like that. Then, when she joined the dance program, her work was always chosen to be showcased in greater ways than the classroom. She created a piece performance in our Arts and Culture Showcase, which awed the audience, and her film about dance was chosen to be part of the Canadian International Fashion Film Festival, and she's only in grade 10. That's the film that we opened with today. That was actually part of an international film festival. Sarjana excels at all genres she takes on. She brings the same talent, energy, and passion on stage, and she makes her whole group better for it. We are so lucky to have her in our dance program at Mackenzie. I am humbled to be invited today to today's ceremony and honored to be a small part of her dance journey. Congratulations, Sarjana. I'd like to request that Anushka come on stage. Anushka is an accomplished Kathak dancer and Sarjana's dance partner in many community programs. And she will share a few thoughts with you. Anushka?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. And thank you, Raymond Uncle. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share a couple words about Sarjana and my friendship and our dance journey together. So Sarjana and I have been dancing together for several years now, but for a very long time, before we were even well acquainted, I used to know her as the dough girl, the girl dressed as a dough. Dressed in an adorable deer costume, she was supposed to act as a deer for Wonderful World, a dance performance. She was to protect a fawn, while I was one of the hunters assigned to kill her. It was truly wonderful. Fortunately, though, it did not hinder our chances at becoming best friends. And since then, we've been rehearsing and performing together. Though our rehearsals may or may not be more giggles than movements at times, it only adds to the enjoyment we feel dancing on stage. Like that one time, she was dressed as Miss Calcutta, 1976. It's such a great performance. It's so memorable and fun that it's something that we always perform during family gatherings. even after the pandemic hit and technology became our only source of social interaction, we still found a way to choreograph dances over Zoom and became the Forest Girls with our beloved friend Shumita, who's also sitting with us somewhere here. And since then, we've been dancing, practicing online, offline, from Bengali bands to Bengali bands to traditional folks, from Radha Krishna to Canadiana, and then Rabindra Sangeet as well, because we can't forget Rabindra Sangeet. So yeah, and you may have all seen the two of us as two disciplined dancers on stage, but to be honest, during rehearsals, we're very chaotic. Even backstage, we're very chaotic, and that's the special part about our friendship. I truly cherish those moments, our giggles and chit-chats. So Sarjana and I have created thousands, millions, gazillions, bazillions, trillions of memories together, and I wish to create many more. So on this auspicious day, I congratulate Sarjana and wish her all the best. And now we'll enjoy the next performance.
What a lovely presentation that was. It is always so heartening to see little toddlers when they dance, and then when they sort of metamorphose into a mature teenager with graceful movements, and that's exactly where Sarjana is today. Moving on to our next presentation. This is the centerpiece of this evening's performance. It's a very enthralling and interesting item. In this piece, you will notice the dancer use every part of her body to depict the story. The feet dance to the adavus or steps and the jatis. The hastas or the hand gestures depict the story, while the bhava or the inner emotion is emoted through subtle facial expressions. Sarjana now presents Mahishashura Mardini, followed by the Durga Stotram. In this piece, Shakti, the supreme power, has been visualized in the form of womanhood. Shakti appears in various forms whenever humanity is under distress, destroying the demons or asuras. Presenting Mahishashura Mardini in Rag Uday Ravi Chandrika set to Adital, composed by K. Ramaraj.
सिंहस्था शशिशेखरा मरकतप्रेक्षा चतुर्भिर्भुजै शङ्खं चक्रधनु शरांश्च दधति नैत्रैः स्त्रिभिः शोभिता
पद्मावरणभूषिता सुचारुदशनां तद्वत् दीनोन्नतपयोधरा त्रिभङ्गस्थानसंस्थाना महिषासुरमर्दिनी
रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रति सौम्या रत्नघटस्थ रक्तचरणा ध्यायेत् पराम् अम्बिका ध्यायेत् पराम् अम्बिका ध्यायेत् पराम् अम्बिका ऐगिरि नन्दिनि नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दनुते गिरिवरविन्द्यशिरोधृङ्गाटने विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुते भगवति क्षितिकण्ठकुटुम्बिनि भूरि कुटुम्बिनि भूरिसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते बाणचापा आणि मादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः अहमित्येव विभावये भवानी
We will now take a 25-minute break. The Ghosh Garrison family invites you to enjoy some light refreshments in the lobby now. We will announce when the second half is ready to commence. Thank you.